let's take a quick look on a couple of ways that we can define SOD policies. I'll go to the Administration tab on the Security Dashboard and select SOD Policies. Now our application comes preloaded with about 240 policies using over 2,200 rules to validate those policies. I have different applications here I can test: cash management, closing, inventory. You'll see the different options across the top. You can create your own categories and build your own policies in, or add policies to our existing categories. You can rate policies by giving them a 1 to 5 star rating by simply clicking on the X, and that will rate the policy. When you go to run reports, you'll have the option of selecting policies based on a specific star rating. So those that are most important to you should give a 5 star, and when you run your reports, you can select just the 5 stars. You can completely disable a policy using the X out to the right. You can disable it by simply unchecking the Enable box, or you can edit it by selecting the Edit icon. Now, what I'm seeing here is a policy that actually has 8 rule checks. So it's going to check if you have access, more than inquiry access, to either one of these 2 or any of these 4, then that's going to be a violation of the policy. So it's, for example, it's going to check if you have AM 40.1 and AM 20.2, that is a violation. Now the user has to have at least an add, change, delete level of access to that form. Now I can easily remove a form from this list by simply checking on the X. I can add another. I can add AM 40.2 if I felt that form needed to be added by simply clicking the plus, and it'll add AM 40.2, and now it'll check AM 40.2 against each one of these 4, and if that relationship exists for that user with more than inquiry access, then that would be considered a violation as well. I'll remove this. So it's pretty easy to add these at the form level, and that's how everything comes defined in our application. Now you can also add these at the security class or role level. So if I wanted to add a new policy, I'll pick Add New Policy here, and I'll say go ahead and add it to Asset Management, and we'll call this a Test Policy. I'll save this. And when I select my Asset Management category, I'll have the option at the bottom to modify the new test policy. And I can see that here. So I'll go ahead and expand this, and I'm going to add a group. Now one option would be maybe I want to check a role, 2 different roles that I don't want a user to have access to, or that would be a violation. So I might put in AC Expert, and I can add this, and it'll identify that that's a role, and it knows that it's a role. And if I add another group, I might add, I think I got one called AC Asset Clerk, and I'll add this. So now if the application recognizes that the user has the AC Expert role and has the Asset Clerk role, that's going to be a violation. Now I could have checked this against a security class versus a role against a role. So maybe if they're an AC Expert, but they have the class AM Processing. Now that would be a security class, or a task, we refer to it. And so now if the user has an AC Expert role and the AM Processing security class, that would be considered a violation. In this case, we're not checking for any function code level. We're simply seeing if the user has those security class assigned to them or has that role assigned to them. So I'll go ahead and minimize that, and I could activate or rate this policy as well. You can always get a report of your policies at the top of the screen. There's going to be an option for a security SOD policy report. But it's pretty simple to go through here and again add a new category, change an existing category, change a policy, rate a policy, whatever you need to do. If you'd like more information on our products and services, please give us a call.